In a nutshell, what do you think, what's the message of the Sikh religion? Like temples being open for everyone?
Basically, see, what I remember from my father's one phrase, anecdote, explaining to someone, he says, Golden Temple is a complete institute of spirituality. So, especially when you talk about the Sikh temples or gurdwaras, so that's one thing, that complete institute, school, so that you go to a school in the morning. So the spiritual aspects are being felt and taught without any, you can say, organized like way, but it has to be felt.
So it's like school, or it's more like a university, so you have to have some academic background?
No. I'm just giving the example of school or university in a way that personal school. It's a personal school of spirituality. If you are following a path of spiritual, if life has gifted you with spirituality, so a Gurdwara, the different aspects of Gurdwaras, the temples of Sikhs, have that message. So if you ask me what is the message of the Sikhs, I would say many perspectives, many aspects, but personally I would say a school of personal spiritual learning, a school of personal learning, and that is what a Sikh means, to seek, to learn. Then the Sikh word means to seek, to learn internally. Yeah, to learn. See is outside, but seek is inside. So that is what it is.
So when you, this term spirituality that you used, it's pretty vast nowadays, and many people, they use it as much as they like, and they explain whatever they like with this term. And even if we speak about religion, again, if we name some religion, again it's something broad. Yeah, some people say this is like a cultural code, this is some social discipline, this is a kind of being together and not killing each other, living peacefully together. So this is again being spiritual, being peaceful, that kind of stuff. What is meant in Sikh tradition? When they say we are spiritual, what is meant by that? What is this path? Where does it lead to be precise?
See, at this moment, we both are talking, I will give my personal perspective.
Sure.
That's my personal perspective of my experience. I would say a path of practicality, practical conduct of how to live, a practical way, like how one has to lead a life of dignity. The foremost is humility, like humility, humbleness. So this is what Sikhism preaches, humbleness. Yes, we can define it as love, but I would say, I would keep it at love can be only felt, but humility is how you express or how you are, So this is practicality, I would say. If you ask me what is the whole thing of Sikhism, is practical conduct of how to live your life meaningful also. It's not only about living a life, a selfish life. It is a meaningful life, that how you contribute back to the society, back to your family, friends, relationships. So that's the main core of Sikhism from the first Guru, Guru Nanak, who shared his vision of sharing this philosophy. Yeah.
You mentioned humble thing, but for outsiders, Sikh people, I think this is the last thing that we associate with Sikh people when we see them. Mostly we perceive as very disciplined, very organized, fierce warriors. So which part of that myth is true?
See, the Sikh philosophy is based on two morals. One is saintliness. Saintliness means piousness, purity. It is touched with the spiritual conduct. But the other side of Sikhism, the other side of the coin, is warriorhood, soldier. So if you ask me who are you, I will say saint. Internally I'm trying to be pure, like inside, and outwardly to give the projection of being the internal peace is the real strength, so which is projected through whenever you see a well-conducting Sikh person, a female or a male. The internal strength of peace, spirituality, which is projected outside as strength. So peace is strength. We look out for wars to complete the job. But spirituality in that way is very strong. It's very strong, and the impression of spirituality is strength. Yeah, so that's why, and Sikhism, it took 200 years from that. It started from it took the first Guru, 1469 he was born, and then it took 200 years for the 10 Gurus, one after the other to lead towards the soldierhood. So the Indian civilization or the Indian culture was more into the side of meditation or the spirituality rituals. But for Sikhism it took 200 years. One Guru lived for that many years. The second Guru, so the light passed, and it took into a shape of, in the end, after the 10th Guru, a soldier as well. The 10th Guru fought in his lifetime 14 wars, and all of the 14 wars he won. The 10th Guru had 4 sons. He sacrificed 4 sons. The age of the youngest was 7, 9, 15 and 17. 4 sons were sacrificed. His father, the 9th Guru, himself was beheaded. So to reach that, so his whole family and himself also, he was in the end stabbed by his 2 courtesans who were from the other side. And so this is what led to that question and the history behind it, that how Sikhs are seen as warriors or soldiers. Yeah, there is a history. There is a tangible product.
I guess I'm lucky I can ask this question, because this is really a difficult dilemma for people when they talk about violence and when they talk about spirituality. Mostly what they say is, if you start moving in a spiritual direction, the first thing you have to ban from your life, this is violent thought, violent activities. So how does that correlate into the military activities, this spiritual part, or how is this, what is this violence and non-violence understood within the Sikh tradition?
See, the violence or the war methodology has 2 aspects. One is aggression, that you go into another space and be an aggressor, and the other one is defense. The Sikh philosophy is from the defense point of view. So the defense cannot be an aggressor, so he can defend himself. A Sikh knows how to defend. So that spirit has been injected by the strong history and the religiosity of the spirituality and legacy. So that is my spirituality needs to be defended. Yeah, so I'm ready for that as well. But it again, how it is correlated, if you ask me, I would say it has to be, it is on a different planes. It is on a different dimension when it is needed. When it is the first Guru Nanak Sahib was a peace. His aura was around peace. But the 10th Guru had both. And from the 6th Guru, the concept of both started. Spiritual saint and soldier. 6th Guru, Har Gobind Sahib, from there it started. So one was, he had, so he always wore two swords. One sword symbolizes spirituality and the other symbolizes the warriorhood. So it is engraved into being a Sikh. And if you say why it is so, because the Indian civilization, if you, as per, I remember, because I am not an avid reader, I am a reader, but I will again and again put my father into it, because I have due respect. He used to always say, for 1,100 years, India was under the rule of invaders. 1,100 years. First were the Mughals who attacked from Persia, then were the Britishers. So a country which has been plundered and invaded and ruled for 1,100 years, what is the state of people's dimension? If you, on the other side, if you keep some employee with you at home and you keep him in some kind of a space, close space, the growth aspect is always not there. So the Indian society was suppressed. So it was only after Sikhism was born that the first of all the invasions stopped, because they fought. The gateway to India was Punjab, the province of Punjab, which is linked towards Afghanistan, the borders from where they invaded. The Sikhs stood there to stop it. So and then after that with the Britishers also, they were the ones who stopped it.
You mentioned practical aspects of the spiritual path, and you mentioned meditation. Are there any other methods how you practice apart from meditation? Do you have fasting periods, or you have like pilgrimage obligations, or you have some rituals throughout the year, or services at the temple that you have to attend?
See, the two aspects of leading and conducting a Sikh way of life is two ways. One is seva. I will first of all put it into my language. Seva and Simran. Seva means service, selfless service, and Simran means meditation. Simran means meditation. Simran means, basically it means recitation. So recitation, Simran, name of the mantra, the syllables which are attached. Like in Sikhism, the Guru mantra given by Guru Nanak, the first Guru is Vahe Guru. So that's just like in Buddhism, it is Om Mane Padme Hum. In overall Hinduism, it is Om. In Islam, it is Allahu Akbar. So in Sikhism, the joining of the syllables, the alphabets, it comes to Vahe Guru. Vaha means amazing, Gu means darkness, Ru means light. So Vaha light, knowledge. So this is the recitation simply, and one can go further in the recitation, but this is the Guru Mantra. So the other side which you talked is, it's a very simplified way of living as a Sikh. The other way is seva, selfless service. So it can be the foremost aspect of this seva is through serving food, which was started by Guru Nanak. So wherever and anywhere in the world if you go, the Sikhs will be always standing to serve food. And then through that concept comes all kind of service. So one can go into a Sikh Gurudwara, people will be cleaning your shoes, people will be cleaning floors, and then if you go into outer world to see, you see now many Sikh organizations are worldwide having an impact of what they do during the adversities, when we natural calamities or wars, the seva through sharing, volunteering. So these are the two basic concepts of how Sikh has to lead the life: seva, selfless service, and Simran together. So that's the very wondrous and simplified way of living for a human who is a Sikh. You are a seeker, he is a seeker, you are a Sikh, you are a Sikh, I am a Sikh, and we can follow this too, and slowly the impacts of that dimensions will affect us if we lead through this. This is my personal experience. Yeah, even though I can think of many other things of business or thing, but if these two core are there, there is always a more possibility that I will not waver around, which I have felt it. Yeah.
I understand that the notion of guru is not a mere formality for you. This is a deep connection, yes? And
guru, see, the basic word is, which I explained, gu means darkness, ru means soul, light, soul is light. So, and guru, the other meaning of guru is a teacher. So it has a very embossing means like a very kind of a thing, a strong bond of going along together in this life. And if you ask me, I'm just giving I can't even breathe without my guru. That much I owe to him. Like so much, there was a war which was fought, and the 10th Guru war was fought, and the people who were, there's a history behind the Guru and student relationship in Sikhism. There is a history, there is a legacy, there is practicality, and not that long, like 1,000 years. It is only 400 years or 500 years. So the people who were around with him, they said, we are fighting with you. We give everything to you. What will you give us? They asked him, because they were into ignorance or innocence. We are fighting with you, okay? Some kind of a frustration but they were following him with love only. But they did ask him, because there is a part of the history, and his answer was, I will give everything to you. And he did give all his family, himself, all. So all to the benefit of humanity overall. So this is basically like a child-mother relationship. That is one of the most purified relationship, like a child and a mother. So I would say this is more like this. Yeah.
What about personal ego? Does it suffer when you try to establish this true bond with the Guruji, or it's there from the very beginning when you see your Guruji and you realize this is my Gurudev, so I submit, I surrender immediately? How does it happen? How was it in your case? Did you struggle with yourself? Did you have to struggle to follow Guru's path? And
yes, see, the outer distractions do, even when you take a vow, that like see, take a vow as a human. I am basically of 5 elements. So 5 elements. So five elements will take a vow, but until and unless externally, if I am not helped or picked up, I will still have the tendency to go towards the 5 elements or 5 vices that are, as everyone knows, lust. Like first it starts from lust, then it is anger, then it is greed, then it is self-attachment, and then it is conceit, like egoistic. So the worldly distractions will definitely have an impact. But as my Guru says, make one step and I'll take 100 steps to hug you. So this is, in my case, the same way. I put one step and he has been always so graceful and so much to very invisibly for other people to know, but for me he is very visible. He is very visible. I can feel his presence around me amazingly. And today I had as we were going out of the topic and the previous discussion we had, the 3 of us. So today I went in the morning, there was until 10 or 11, it was very slow. I went into the room to take a rest and talk to my friend. And I came out after half an hour and my eyes were like, this place was all full with no chair empty. And down bikes, and there were like a huge kind of thing. I said, you know better than me. So you know better than me. I am still taking into my. So I would say, but I need to make him happy. I as a human I have that will. In a human, that will has been put in. So where that will has to be. So I have to make him happy. How can I make him happy is, again, 1430 pages, body parts is the Guru, which is now we believe as the Guru Granth Sahib.
Yeah, the holy book.
Holy book. That is our Guru. 1430. The name of the Guru Sahib is Guru Granth Sahib. So even by the Supreme Court of India has declared as the Guru Granth Sahib as a living Guru of the Sikhs. Living Guru, he is living. Because the concept of Gurudom is, in Sikhism, is the word is the Guru. The name is the Guru. So whenever the ceremonies happen every day in the morning, the Guru gives a sermon and all around the world the Sikhs have to follow. So it is through speech, the word comes out. So the word says what to do. So that is where if I take his word and try to follow it and make him happy. And as you have asked me personally that what is your link with him, so yes, he has been gracious, he has been wondrous. No words to thank him. It's just enormous how he has been. Yeah.
But Guru Granth Sahib is different from other scriptures of India, of ancient India. So it's not a collection of stories like we have in Puranas, and it's not some kind of a dialogue like we have in Bhagavad Gita. So what is it? How was it comprised?
So it has been comprised through not all of the 10 gurus. It has been each period. So when the gurus were born and lived, they had this connection through which we say the Bani, like the combination of this it came out. So it was put down, and then it is also of the Sikh gurus, it is also of the Sufi saints. So this was compiled by the 5th guru together. So all this together, and then by 10th guru he put up his 9th guru, who was his father's Bani, and together it came. It is not only the gurus whose words are there. The beauty of it is like that it is very much the other saints, like 9 or 11, I am not so sure, because I am not so much good with my, so other saints, so they took Sufi saints, the other saintly figures in the society who had their impact. So they took out and put all together and put it in this holy book, 1430. So the origination of this holy Guru book is also symbolizes a secular, that it is not only from the Sikh gurus, it is from the common saint who was a cobbler. Kabir, as you may have heard, Bhagat Namdev, Bhagat Kabir, like many other their banis are inscribed in the Guru.
So Bhakti tradition is also in the holy book. Bhakti.
Bhakti is basically, Bhakti means,
if Kabir is there, then Bhakti is there.
Yeah, Bhakti means spiritual practice.
Yes.
So Bhagat means a devotee. So a devotee. So after these saints passed away, so different versions were given to them, like Sufism, Bhakti, or like before Sikhism also, when Guru Nanak Sahib, the first Guru, was there, the people who followed him were called Nanak Panthis. Nanak Panthis means, Panth means a group of people who follow. So then 1 or 2 more names, and then this came, Sikh came. So after the period is gone, then the people start, getting attached to some kind of a, this is my version, but I have nothing to disagree that if Sufism is there, rightly so, if Bhakti philosophy is there. So I do not disagree, but I am trying to explain you that this is how, after a period is gone, then people keep their personal things with that.
In Sikhism tradition, you have the same structure as in traditional Hinduism structure, like first you have brahmacharya, then you go live with your family, and then at the end of your life you have to enter sannyasa stage. No. You don't have to.
Basically, when Sikhism came, when Sikhism came into origination, and its main message was was to abolish what was going on in the society at that time. I shall not categorize it as Hindus or Muslim, but I would say a society, how the culture and structure starts living in that way, and this path, this philosophy tried to clear it up, clean it up, for example, disparity between female and a male in some outer projection of the society, because in Muslim, woman is not allowed to go to a mosque. a woman has to wear that. And in Brahmanism, even until 80s, the sati tradition was followed, that if a husband dies, woman has to also
The funeral pyre, yes, enter it.
So these were things which were going in the societies, especially in the Eastern world, which had no tangible meaning to the real message. The real message is humility. The real message of love, compassion, tolerance. So it has nothing to do with to be brahmacharya or sannyasi. This was the only reason that Guru Nanak Sahib travelled all the way up to Mount Kailash in now the Tibet, where the yogis were sitting for, they had even controlled death. They were living 500 years, 800 years. So it is very much when his conversation was there, it is very much written also. When they asked him, who are you and what is your philosophy? So he described them, and in the end they accepted, and he gave the message, what are you doing up? Come down.
Get real, people.
Real people, what are you doing here in these mountains? If you have knowledge, if you have wisdom, so much wisdom you have, so come down to people who do not have. So this is the way he came down, and he had 4 travels in his lifetime, and he went even to Iran, Iraq, and Mecca. And in Mecca there was a very big episode which even the Muslims accept, that he was laying down and his feet were towards the Mecca. So the person who was in charge came and took his feet and put it the other way and said, what are you doing here? You are not respecting our... He said, okay, you can put my feet the other way. And if you think the Makkah is not there, so he did that, and he saw Makkah on the other side. So this humility, this love is the language of the universe, which is all around 360 degrees everywhere. So the basic question of yours was that in the Indian society, traditional rituals, that's where Sikhism came, and this is where yourself, as from the Western world, from a different culture, can recognize it very prominently that he is a Sikh. So these are and of course through warriorhood, the 10th Guru did give the shape. It was the 10th Guru who gave the shape of this appearance, the Khalsa. The Khalsa was born pure. Khalsa means pure, so he gave the form, and he gave the form of soldierhood. So, and he also gave the version that I will prepare one Khalsa who will be equal to 125,000 people. One Khalsa will be equal to 125,000, 1,25,000 people. So truly you can recognize a Sikh with the turban, with the beard, with the stature amongst a whole crowd that he's a Sikh. And if that graceful person can lead the Guru and the love, so definitely he has a very impactful way. So basically, we have been given the power as humans to be the straight connection with the cosmic energy as humans. So why to be disturbed by all these forms of what you see in Indian traditional way of some sects, or that is my answer to your question, which we do make a very big judgment nowadays. How is woman playing their role and contribution in Sikhism? This is a very, very, very important topic, which I believe the world would like to know, because there is always a stigma with this. So I can tell you, with women, men, it is the Khalsa pure does not differentiate with the woman and men. So a Sikh woman is also a Khalsa, pure. So she also has all the right to be one with the Guru in the same structural way. So that's a very Khalsa, to be pure. So that question, I believe, is very important, because being a male, I can talk about this, but that is a practical way, practical thing which people would like to know when they talk with you in your world. How are women's place in? So we started from the very first question, and it ends there, that it's a very practical philosophy. Because it's practical means we led towards a woman in the end, and we started from the practical. So it's very practical. It does not has any in between. Like the women have to stay there, men have to be there, someone is up and down. It's for all of us. So this is my thing, which I think was missed, and I want to contribute in this interview.
Thank you.
Because
yeah, that's important.
Yes.
Are there women warriors?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, very strong. Female warriors, wow, yes. Yeah, female warriors are very much there. Yeah, on horses, and yeah, they are very much there.
With swords?
Yeah, yeah. The martial art of the Sikh tradition is called Gatka, Gattka, the name. So the martial art which we play with a sword or with a stick. So women are also a big part of that Gatka. So so women have a very big role. In fact, even in the making of the Khalsa, so it was the woman only who completed it. So it was a woman only. Guru Sahib's, so it was a woman who completed the whole tradition of how the Khalsa gets embraced through a ceremony. Yeah. So that much important is a woman's role. Yeah. And for people, for beginners to understand the whole philosophy and psychology of this tradition is to, first of all, definitely the research. Second is the participation. Research. Second is the participation, and then third is the execution for beginners. So I would say first the research, and then the participation, that one can, and the participation can start from the school, a Gurudwara, going into a Gurudwara. First of all by feeling, then looking what is happening. And third is, if someone wants or is impressed, has to follow. If a doctor wants to be a doctor, if a student goes to a doctor school, he learns to be, and then he executes. Third is that so the third part is, third part is to execute yourself. So, and I have come across in my life's experience people who have passed through these three as a layman also, not only being born as Sikhs. as a layman, I have also met and be with them. So,
Thank you so much. Thank you.
thank you.